Hello, this is my video for TPE under the Mmsn for 2.11, and I'm just going to read it off really quickly. It is to demonstrate the knowledge, skills, and abilities to understand and address the needs of peers and family members of students who have sustained traumatic brain injury as they transition to school and present with a change in function. So I think something that's super important is that being able to demonstrate a skill to be able to help someone who's had a traumatic brain injury, because I haven't, and I think being able to also use some of the other TPs I think is super important about collaborating with others. And maybe you speak to the parent, you speak to the doctor, you speak to whatever specialist they're associated with depending on their traumatic brain injury. I apologize, there's birds chirping outside, but it is what it is. And I feel as if we just have to work together as a team and kind of, like I said, collaborate just like we would with any student, especially, but making sure, the first couple days they're back at school, they're just learning the routine. And, depending on that injury and what it's done to them, are they physically disabled now? Are they able to move their bodies? Do they have to have limitations in physical education, maybe? Like, what are those modifications per the doctor's orders? And I think kind of starting there and figuring out where they're at, and then slowly, gradually taking them to whatever modality they need to be in. And it obviously it will take time, but I think something that's super important is being able to figure out where the student is at as they walk into the school, not necessarily where they were before, and making sure that everyone knows that maybe, how, and also how severe is that brain injury, and taking that into consideration. I think, as I said earlier, it's collaboration, like collaborating with their doctor or brain surgeon, or I cannot think of the word for brain doctor, but them, and just working with any specialist that you can. Obviously, if there's motor development delays now because of it, or how old is the child, what is the prognosis moving forward. So that's kind of my thoughts on that one. But being able to do what you can and say, I need to speak to the doctor about this one, or I need to speak to, the physical therapist or whoever it is, and work together in that way to best help that transition from that brain injury to a school type setting. Where are they at, and where can they be in X amount of time, I think is super important as well.